we're going to play what Tabor said to Darren Matthew Ward yesterday morning on the Observer AM program, where he spoke about a certain type of patriots.
That the new membranes that were landed down to boost the water production, they say, by 250,000 gallons a day. Those membranes are likely to be destroyed within a year and not reach their 5-year useful life.
Right.
Why? Because cartridge filters, which are the stage that the water goes through before being strained through the membranes, are not in place, or they're not in good working order. They haven't been replaced. So without the cartridge filters, the denser material is not strained out of the water. So it goes through the membranes with greater force and mash up the membranes ahead of time.
How did you come by this information?
The same way we knew all the tanks weren't connected and that most of the plants were at 50% capacity, because they are patriots within APUA that are saying enough is enough where ALP's mismanagement is concerned, and they have phoned Harold Lovell, the next Prime Minister, and told him, we need you, Harold Lovell, to come to the rescue. They equipped him with the information. He first announced it in Sherfield Boeing's constituency, and then later, all what Harold Lovell said was confirmed by APUA. So we have our people inside who let us know as the next government what's going on, so we can advocate for change and we can plan to totally fix all of the problems before water management plan, auditing APUA, building new capacity in a timely manner, making sure all the storage tanks are connected and repiping, etc. We will fix the water problem in Antigua, but ALP can't be trusted. They are just trying to survive, just like with the fire trucks. They're trying to survive till the election. So they bought some membranes, but they're going to be destroyed. So you cannot vote for ALP because the whole water thing will drop a ground again after the election. You cannot be trusted.
I don't like the language. They're going to be they're going to be they're going to be mashing up then, so to speak. Anyway, Prime Minister, we had the distinct opportunity a while on air yesterday for the Sensible People show, where we got information, first-hand information, that basically debunked what Senator Tabor just mentioned about the cartridges and the membranes. What we have here is information that leads us to the new cartridges that you're seeing. Go back, Jupiter, bring up the cartridges like this one here, right? There you go. All right? These new cartridges that we're showing right now, for those of you on Facebook, here is the evidence. These are membranes to begin with. Membranes at the Crabs RO plant. New cartridges, new cartridges, not membranes, new cartridges, cartridge filters that he spoke about just now. Here they are at Crab's reverse osmosis plant. Prime Minister, while we're showing the pictures, I'm going to also show a slide of Potworks Dam and what it looks like now in terms of its dryness. All right, so for those of you on Facebook, you have a chance to see what's going on. Jupiter, bring back the evidence here, the truth. Bring back the truth for us, please. New cartridge filters at Crab's reverse osmosis plant. Prime Minister, your comments.
I found it astonishing that Tabor, who is an executive member of the UPP, would have said that they have certain UPP operatives within APUA, who are sharing certain information with them. And then you can see too that in many instances that the information is not even accurate. So APUA management or APUA's management would have provided information confirming that we have the cartridges. We also have the membranes. And so far, the water supply has increased. I'm told that by the next week, we're getting up to an additional 2 million gallons of water. So the total production will be about 6 million gallons, which incidentally is sufficient, to meet, most of the potable water needs within the country. I mean, all our people have to do now is to try and conserve water. I mean, control the amount of toilet flushes and so on in order to, ensure that the water can stretch and to cover literally everyone. But you may remember I made a statement a few weeks ago in which I said that we were advised that within APUA that there are certain saboteurs. I said that we did not have any corroborating information. It is information, however, that came to us. And I'm not gonna come here and lie on nobody. And I said, look, we didn't have any information to corroborate it, but it's a space that we're watching. And I find it rather astonishing that Tabor now would have brought what I consider to be compelling information to support the assertion of sabotage.
This is
Because if these individuals can go as far as fabricating a story that we have no cartridges, and that as a consequence, the plants will be destroyed. And when you speak about issues of cartridges and so on, those are technical issues that had to come from within APUA. I mean, I'm no idiot, but I didn't have the slightest clue about the requirement for cartridges. And if it ends up that kind of technical argument ends up within the political domain, especially within the opposition space, then clearly it is some mischievous element or elements within APUA who is sharing that type of information. And it shows that, you know, we may well have some saboteurs within APUA, which means that the staff there at APUA, because not all of the staff at APUA are saboteurs within the water department, it means that those truly loyal and conscientious ones now have to hold those other individuals accountable. So we cannot assume that some of the water problems that we're having within the country, and especially where you have water being supplied by a plant but no water being distributed, that is necessarily due to human error, but that it is not a deliberate act to undermine the government. And I give you a case in point. We have had several situations in English Harbour in which the Pigeon Point plant is producing water, but the people in English Harbour are not getting any water because somebody turned off a valve and said that they forgot to turn it back on. Did they really forget to turn it back on, or they just choose to be obstructive and destructive and trying to undermine the government? So again, you know, I don't want the staff at APUA to think that we're attacking them. But on this program, we share information that comes to us. And again, I did not go as far as stating that we have any evidence to that effect. I said it's something that we're watching. And this issue would not have been raised again if Tabor would not have publicly confirmed that they call them loyalists. I'll call them UPP loyalists within APUA, who are obviously working with them to undermine the government.
Patriots, he said. Patriots.
Well, UPP patriots, they're certainly not patriots of this country.